additional chunk videos, plus a live stream. Hi, thanks for being there right out the gates. If you're not, you can join at any time, including after the show. Consume away. And of course, you can be part of the program, toll free, 877 927 6969. Dial up. Questions, comments, concerns in the world of real estate, we got you. When I say we, I mean they. The pros. Don't be shy. Jimothy will line you up. That's the first voice you hear. You already said hi, Jimothy, but good morning. Nice to see you as always. Johnny C, that's me, your old buddy, your old pal. There's Mike Rao. He's the mortgage guy from the mortgage firm. Hello, Mike.
I like that. I like the way that sounds. The mortgage guy with the mortgage firm.
That's right.
Yeah.
We should use that a little
We
bit.
should use it.
Yeah.
It's kind of catchy.
A little bit.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. Did I hear right, Jim? You were wearing a kilt at the Renaissance Festival? Is that period correct?
I think we call that Deerfield Beach.
Oh, Deerfield.
I think.
So is that period correct? I guess so.
It works. I saw a lot of kilts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And of course, the obvious question.
How many did I reach up?
No, but what was underneath Timothy's kilt?
Oh, what do you think was under Jimothy's kilt? They call him Long Jim in Publix for a reason.
Maybe a nice layer of natural insulation.
Natural insulation. Yes.
Ross,
No,
visualization.
It's best to leave to the imagination. I think stories that you fill in the blanks, or let Jimmy fill in the blank if you'd like. I think those are the ones that are best.
Yeah,
They really are.
well, if you saw Jimothy, he's not on camera today, but a couple of weeks ago he was.
Mhm.
And he's got white hair and a white mustache.
He does.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
If that does anything for
Yeah.
your visual. Yes, it does help paint the picture, doesn't it?
There we go.
Ross Kamara is with us with Brightway Insurance, Juno Beach. I feel like it's been an eternity. It really hasn't been that long. Well, you look good, man. How are you?
I'm getting better.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a rough couple weeks, but I'm back.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but it's great to have you back.
It's good to be back.
And it's nice to see a smile on your face. The team, I guess we kind of have, what do you call that? Super Twins Power Activate. What do you call it? How's that go, Jimmy? Twin Power Activate.
Power activate.
I don't really know it either. I'm trying to use
Is
a
that
reference.
Thundercats?
No, it's the
Power Rangers?
Super Twin Power Super. I don't know. That's what I
We
give
might
it.
need some of the kids to call in today.
Well, I think my age. Yeah, I think this is my generation. Yeah, Jimmy might know.
Super Twins.
Yeah,
Is it from South Park?
it's the Super Twin.
Aren't there twins in South Park?
You are way too old. Like you got to go back further, way further.
The Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twin Powers.
Powers activate. Thank you, Ross.
You're welcome.
Man, that's good.
Okay.
14 years now. I've told you he runs the top producing Keller Williams team. Wonder Twins doesn't come back to you at all.
Never watched it. I mean, it sounded familiar, but no.
I really didn't watch it either. But that Wonder Twin power, and it's like form of Jimothy's kill, shape of whatever's underneath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back to you a little bit, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then they can morph into whatever they want. The Wonder Twins, their powers
And that
activate.
connects to Ross. How?
I don't
But
know.
now that he's back, you feel like the Wonder Twins
Oh, because
power
everybody's
is
back. Everybody's
activated.
back. So now we activate the power,
Activate
and we
the power,
form
got
into the shape of
Yeah.
the best
Radio.
damn
Yeah.
Florida talk real estate radio show ever.
It looks like it worked.
Form of it. It's kind of
It
what
worked.
happening, right?
Yeah.
14 plus years now. I've told you he runs the top producing Keller Williams team. But right now he's going, I don't know why I bring this guy on the radio. I really don't. I wish I could do this. The Florida
Oh,
Home
here we
Pros
go.
team.
Let's get serious.
Keller Williams Innovations. There's Jim D. Jim DePola, how you be?
I'm doing okay. I don't want to be serious. I had a
Seriously.
very rough. You got things going on when you're dealing with a lot of attorneys all week long.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's usually not great.
Yeah, and on multiple cases. So
You
we
got
got it.
them when you need them, though.
Well, it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I do want to give a shout out to Paul Krasker from Krasker Law Office. Paulie Krasker. He did help out a lot with some really needed advice to get me through everything. But I was dealing mostly with attorneys for other people, not attorneys for my people, but the other side's attorneys. So that isn't always fun.
it could be worse. It could be dealing with your own attorney for your own problem.
Yeah, well, that's
instead of other
true.
people's
That's
problems.
true.
Yeah.
But we got most of it resolved. Do a couple shout outs if you don't mind, just to get going. Want to do a shout out to Laura. Laura is under contract to buy a home, actually a villa over on in Fort Pierce. Everything's looking good for her. She's going to be a first time home buyer. I'm going to go into the whole how she got the house later because that's a whole story, but I want to wait till she's closed. And congratulations to her. We'll be getting the appraisal on Monday, and I think we're going to be good to go. And she got the loan approval. I'm sorry, the HOA approval, and I think she'll be closing on time. And Mike was able to close that deal in less than 3 weeks. I think it's 3 weeks if.
Once
If
we get
everything-
there, yeah.
yeah.
So we had a quick close, but it was all talked about.
Yep.
We knew it. So yeah.
But that's a thing that people always say. Oh, I want to close cash. I want to close cash, and there are some benefits when you have a cash buyer. Usually, if they don't have an appraisal contingency, that's your biggest thing, and you don't have you don't have to worry about the loan. But if you have a good loan officer like Mike, and you do everything up front, finance can be almost as safe as cash, and you usually get a higher price than the cash offer. So don't always just think cash is best. It's best for some things, but you usually lose out on a little bit too. So just keep that in mind, Mr. and Mrs. Sellers out there. So also want to give a shout out to Danny. Danny, we put her house on the market. I call it North Ewood. It's over on 51st Street, and it's only 3 houses west of Flagler, in the West Palm Beach area. So it's very desirable right now, and it's super hot. And I felt like this house, when we put it on the market a week ago Thursday, I felt like we were in that crazy COVID market. We had something like, within the first 3 hours, we had 7 showings scheduled of putting it on the market. By Monday, we had 7 offers on the table.
That's awesome. Northwood's awesome.
And well, this isn't actually Northwood. It's just outside of Northwood.
Well, but you're right there on that.
That's why I
they
call it.
call it. I believe me, the person that lives there will say, "I live in Northwood."
Yeah, that's
Yes,
probably
they
true.
will.
That's why I
Believe
call it Northy Wood. I call it Northy Wood. It's kind of Northwood, but it's not there yet. But we had, I think, about 16 showings in 4 days, and 1/3 of the showings that were requested, we had to turn down. So it was a crazy town. We had 7 offers. Danny's in contract. We have to jump through a couple other hoops. That's going to be a story and a half. This house had 600. It has right now, as is this, it has $670,000 in code enforcement fines on this house, and we have to get that
Yeah.
resolved in order to sell.
What do you do?
It's a minor issue.
Yeah,
So
600.
what do you do?
that-
I could see
uh,
like 10,000 or something, but 670.
You do a
600.
short sale, Jim.
They installed kitchen cabinets and didn't close out the permits.
You need a permit for a cabinet?
$670,000 fine for not closing at. They pulled the permits to put in the kitchen cabinets,
There's got to
but
be
they
more to
didn't
than
close it
that.
out. Nope.
That's it.
Well, and a question about energy calculation for when they put the AC in with permits,
Hmm.
but they didn't close the permits out. They were called abandoned. So anyway, we're going to talk about it later when the whole thing smoke clears and we close. But 670,000. Now
I'm with
nobody
Ross, by
asked
the
me.
way. You have to get permits to put in new cupboards.
Cabinets?
Yeah.
Well, let me finish. Though nobody asked me the purchase price of this house. So the fine is 670.
Well, I remember.
What do you
That's
think
part
the
of
house is
story.
going
Last
on?
week.
They didn't even need permits in the first place.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the one.
Yeah.
Last week, this house is under 500,000.
Yeah, it's under
Yeah.
500,000, but the fine is 670.
Yeah, you just do a short sale. Is there a negative short sale where you not only do you owe more than it's worth, but it's negative, like nobody
Yeah.
gets anything.
Yeah, right. Even the bank. Yeah, the bank goes
Yeah.
670 or
Yeah.
$150,000 or whatever.
Like
Yeah.
the bank has to pay off the fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So we've had a lot of crazy stories with all kinds of things. This week we had a case where our buyers bought a house in Coral Springs. One of the reasons why they bought it was a brand new roof. I mean, the roofing sign was still in the front yard saying that the roof was taken care of, right? Everything's looking good. It appraises and it specs. Everything's great. Owners need to pay the last payment for the roof, the sellers, before we close out. The roof, let's just say the roof was $20,000 roughly, okay? They had a $670,000 to pay off, to be finalized with the roofer, go to pay the roofer. Roofer filed bankruptcy, can't find them, got a permit issue. Now you have no roofer, can't pay the money. And then one of the subs for the roofer filed a lien on the property saying that they weren't paid, even though the sellers paid for the whole roof except for 670. So they put a lien on the property for over $6,000.
How do they have the legal right of the lien on that property?
I found out.
Contractually,
Thank
they
you,
weren't
Paul.
tied in at all.
Well, oh no, so let's say you hire a contractor and GC, and the GC has an electric and a plumber, right, underneath, right, with their permits. And then you pay
Under
the,
kilt, so to speak.
yeah, you pay the
Ooh,
GC, you pay the GC the money in full, and they're supposed to pay the subs. If the subs don't get paid by the GC, they have the right to put a lien on the property to ask for their payment to be paid, and they could put a lien on the property where the owner is responsible.
Wow, another great example of why you gotta get good contractors. Wow, my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Crazy.
I would have never guessed that you would be responsible for the people they hire, at least where they could come after you contractually.
They can, and here's the thing: is
Wild.
that the owners had already paid the roofer in full, except for $600.
So the only recourse they have is to put a lien on the property. They don't really have recourse against the contractor. That
I'm
house?
sure they do that too, but they put the lien to protect. So that what happens with that lien, nobody can foreclose because of that lien. But anytime the property is refied or sold, that lien is supposed to be paid off.
And you said they can't foreclose because of the lien?
Yeah, the contractor can't foreclose on the property. They could just put a lien on it and wait. That's all
A
they could
bank
do.
could foreclose.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
because at that point, why don't you just be like, look, I'll just stay here forever, not pay anybody.
Well, that happens a lot of times. I've seen that when we were doing short sales and stuff. There were people that had big time liens, and they just let it hang over the property because they were still living there. So
Right.
it's just a thing that's over there, like a phantom or a
It's ucky.
silent.
And there is
A
some kind
silent-
of, so the GC or the roofing company went out of business with bankruptcy. I think they filed for bankruptcy.
Mhm.
So there's some tie in there, right? Subs, so people who are owed money from the roofing company are, part of the bankruptcy against them, right?
So-
And the bankruptcy
right.
process for the roofer.
So I'm the buyer's agent on this. So I was asking the title company and the seller's attorney, because the seller's hired an attorney. I was like, if the title company, which is Trident Title, right? They're using Trident. If the title company can clear this roofing permit, and we already got one subcontractor come out of the woodwork and put a lien on the property, how does the buyer know after we close whether or not other people will put liens on the property they don't even know about, and then who's responsible for that? So that was the big question the buyer had and I had, to protect them for the future, even though they saw the problem right now.
It's a pretty glaring it's staring right at you like, okay, well, what happens if there's more of these?
And the title company said, I don't know.
Oh,
And the seller's attorney were like, I don't know. So better call Paul,
Yeah.
right? So we called
Oh,
Paul
yeah.
Krasker. And Paul taught me something I didn't know. Thank you, Paul. After the permits are finalized, you have 90 days. A contractor or subcontractor has 90 days to put the lien on the property. If you don't do it within 90 days of when the final permit's done, then you don't have any legal right to put it on.
so it's 90 days from when the permit is closed.
Closed out.
90 days from the close of permit. Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. So we're in the process of waiting to see how the title's going to be cleared. The seller's attorney, who's been pretty professional about the whole thing, has set it up where they're bringing in a roof certification specialist that's going to come out and look at the roof, and then they're going to insure the roof, because now there's no contractor warranty because the contractor is bankrupt. You have a manufacturer warranty for the materials,
more time?
It is 21.
Ooh, nice.
Hold on. here.
That was perfect timing.
That was.
21.
Amazing.
21
One.
Largo Way, LARGO Way in Boynton Beach, 21 Largo Way.
Cool.
Okay.
And again, on Facebook,
Yeah.
Florida Talk Real Estate on Facebook. And we think on Chris's as well. Buy and sell with Chris.
Hopefully.
Something like that.
Is that it, Johnny? now?
We should
Okay,
be
cool.
up and running.
Okay,
But there
cool.
were some sound issues on the live stream.
Yes.
So hopefully those are resolved. Maybe you could put
The
a
sound
comment.
issues are resolved, and thank you for everybody that told us about it because I wouldn't have known. So thank you. I've seen all the notes on Facebook.
We were
and-
on it
And
before you
Jimmy-
saw it.
Timothy's
know.
been feverishly working over there to
Yeah.
get that done.
Yeah.
Thank you for your efforts, sir.
Sure
Yeah,
thing.
thank you. That's why he's the pro.
Oh,
right?
he's
we
the
need
best.
we need it.
That's right.
Getting back to our buyer who now is reported as deceased in one of the reporting bureaus. What the heck do you do with that, Mike?
It's been a challenge because it's
But only one reporting bureau sees him as dead?
it's funny. We got down to the bottom of it. Not only was it wasn't just the one credit bureau, it was one trade line reporting to the credit bureau. So there's like a deceased flag on something, which, imagine you had a credit card and then the credit card reports to the credit bureaus that you're dead, something like that.
Right.
So it caused a problem getting the credit scores back, which then causes a whole problem with automated underwriting and everything. And so sometimes you can bypass it, but this deceased thing really like mucked up the works.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, or fortunately, she has been on the phone with both the original creditor and the credit bureaus a lot, trying to get to the bottom of it, and then working with me and the credit reporting company. So we do have it solved now.
Good.
She's back in the world of the living.
Good.
I thought she was debt free.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, it feels like a holy grail type thing. Bring
Yeah.
out your dead. I'm getting much better.
Yeah.
Exactly. I wanted to call this little segment about this. I wanted to call it dead person buying, like dead man walking, right? Like dead person buying. Because imagine saying it, telling everybody, hello, I'm not dead. I was joking that they could have just started calling all the people that she owed money to. It's like, hey, my credit report bureau says I'm dead, so I don't have to pay you anymore. I just was calling to let you know that I'm dead. Right?
Oh,
So
just
crazy.
call and let them know.
Yeah,
See if you can
call
get
them,
that
let them
through.
know. Yeah, call them. Just say, hey, I just want to
never
know
know.
I'm dead. I'm not paying anymore.
Listen, with the call center people these days, you might be able to get that through. You're like, yes, sir. Okay, we are indicating.
Is it just as easy as hitting a wrong button and all of a sudden now they're reporting you as deceased? I mean, how does it feels like that should be something that
I think
requires a death certificate,
some-
like a
It's some level of identity mix-up.
okay.
Yeah, something
makes
like that.
That helps
yeah.
a
She had a relative that that they actually reported had passed, and apparently the credit bureaus took it a different way. And
It
I guess
swept
that some
into
of her
gotcha.
stuff was connected to the person that passed.
Oh,
Don't we all have that uncle that like applies for credit cards with our social security? you guys don't have that?
That's how you get things going, right?
So it was kind of a crazy week. All this stuff, like all these shenanigans going on all over the place.
That
It was
is
just
fun.
like pretty crazy. So
You got that family member that shows up when the kids are born and he's very involved in the record, making sure the records are recorded
Yeah,
properly.
exactly. Did you guys get a social? What's the social?
Middle initial or no middle initial?
let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, hopefully we'll have some audio.
We're up and running.
And,
I checked Facebook and then YouTube on my phone.
Hey, we haven't told you recently. You're the best.
And
Appreciate you.
I want to talk there's been a lot of sad stuff in the news lately, especially the last couple of weeks. I want to talk about a couple of really good news things that are kind of like happy things that people just to have like a brighter side of life, like look on the bright side of
There we
life.
go.
Speaking of that,
Another
and
callback.
I have some interesting stuff about people saving money in the insurance industry. I've been saving it from when Ross is to come back. And the other thing is we're talking about all the money available to buyers. There's so much money out there for buyers that want to buy right now. So many opportunities to get other people's money to help buy.
OPM money.
And what do you call it?
I said OPM money.
Oh, OPM money.
I
Exactly.
think it's just OPM.
Right? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the money.
It is
yeah,
OPM,
That's
but-
like that's like
redundant.
PIN
That's
number
from the
Yeah.
Department of
OP money.
the Department of the
machine.
what is it? Oh, geez.
Department Department of Redundancy Department.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is OPM redundant?
Well, M
It's
is money.
OPM money. Is
It's like saying ATM machine or PIN
Yeah.
number. It's
Yeah.
already
Oh,
implied.
yeah.
in
Yeah.
The N is number. The M
Oh,
is machine.
OPM money.
Yeah,
Okay, not OPM. I see. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Department of
So-
Redundancy.
I get it
Are
now.
you talking about opium? What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and money.
So on the flip side, we're going to have some good news. So if you're having, you've been having a couple bad days in the news, like, oh, I just getting bombarded. I promise the next couple segments are all going to be happy stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I love that.
We needed some happy stuff. I needed to have a little break.
Oh, all right. Excellent.
I don't think you're happy enough.
All right, watch this. Have you seen up Timothy's kill? That's a smile maker every time.
It scares me.
Great to have. It's still an emotional
I
reaction.
thought it was going to
though.
bite me.
Is that a teeth?
It did.
Where are we at? Oh, it's break time. That's right. Great to have you with us every Saturday. We are live, by the way, just in case you're wondering, on this 14th of March. We'll do a 4-minute reset. We'll get back to happy news and lots of information for you in the world of real estate. Plenty of time for your phone calls if you'd like to be involved. I don't know why you would, but you might want to at some point. 877-927-6969. Questions, comments, concerns in the world of real estate. If you'd like to be involved in the conversation at hand, don't be shy. But if you are a little more shy, you can always reach out. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. The one-stop real estate shop. Know it, use it, love it, share it. You get a team of pros. One click away. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Buying a home, selling a home, stuck with a home, you don't know what to do? Remember FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. On YouTube, Facebook, consume and share away. You can change lives, including your very own, with the pros of FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. We're back in 4 minutes. Thanks for being with us every Saturday. Florida Talk Real Estate, right here. It's Real Radio.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com. Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Mostly sunny today with temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s into the early afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms will develop through the late afternoon and early evening. Then partly cloudy overnight. Temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s by Sunday morning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will return on Sunday afternoon.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Having trouble sleeping? Visit Mattress Firm during the Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Their sleep experts will help find your perfect bed from a premium selection of top brands. They make sleep easy.
Hey, it's your boy Johnny C here, host of Florida Talk Real Estate. They're tops when it comes to helping people buy and sell houses. But Florida Talk Real Estate is so much more than that. For 5 years, I've watched these guys help thousands of our listeners with any real estate need. They couldn't do it without their sponsors, who are experts in their fields. Check it out. Jim DePola, powered by Keller Williams Realty. Their team specializes in helping people sell their house for top dollar, and buyers get great deals on the purchase of their home. That's what they did for me and my family, and I couldn't be happier that I hired them for my real estate transaction. Mike Rao from the Mortgage Firm is one of our favorite guests on the show, and he is the mortgage guy. Whether you're looking for a refi or a mortgage to purchase a new home, Mike Rao will get you the answers you need. The Mortgage Firm is licensed to do loans in Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia, and they have local offices that cover all of South Florida. So if you're thinking about a refi or a new mortgage, go to the mortgage guy, Mike Rao, and find out what he can do for you. The Mortgage Firm, Inc., NMLS 189233, Florida license MLD 78, equal housing lender. The law office of Paul A. Krasker has been specializing in real estate law for nearly 25 years and has the professional team you need. Upside down with your house, Paul's team can help you conduct short sales, loan modifications, even if you're behind on payments. They also help you with foreclosure defense and bankruptcy. They can even help you get a student loan modification and repair your credit to get the score you need. Paul's full-service team has helped thousands of our listeners, and they can help you too. Trident Title LLC is the largest privately owned title company in Florida. When you need a title company to complete a refi, home purchase, or sale, Trident Title has got you covered. Not only do they offer competitive pricing, Trident Title has attorneys on staff to make sure if you have bumps in the road declaring title that you can get the job done. Beware, not all title companies in Florida have attorneys on staff. Trident Title does and complies with all the new federal regulations released last year. Ross Camaronets, owner of Brightway Insurance, has been helping our listeners get great rates on homeowners insurance plans. Haven't checked your homeowners insurance policy in a while? This is a great way to help reduce your monthly mortgage payment. Ross can also help with renters and auto insurance. Ross is only a phone call away and can usually get the answers you need same day.
Call Ross today at 561-425-6228 or drop by his office at 873 Donald Ross Road in Juno Beach.
So now you know why I'm happy to be part of the Florida Talk Real Estate Show, the longest running real estate show in Florida. And all these sponsors are just a phone call or a click away. Just call 888-973-7828. That's 888-973-7828. Or go to floridatalkrealestate.com. That's floridatalkrealestate.com. And don't forget to use the most accurate search engine to find your new home or ask for a free home valuation because floridatalkrealestate.com has you covered. That's floridatalkrealestate.com.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. This is Florida Talk Real Estate with Jim DePola and Johnny C. Got a question for the show? Call us live at 1-877-927-6969.
Dial up. You're more than welcome. 877-927-6969. If you do, the first voice you'll hear, it's the melodious tones of our producer extraordinaire. There's Jimothy.
Hello, and good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning. I'm Johnny C., your old buddy, your old pal. Mike Rouse with us on a Saturday. He's the mortgage guy from the mortgage firm. Hello, Mike.
Good morning.
Ross Camaronets is here, too. He's with Brightway Insurance, Juno Beach. Ross, how are you?
I'm doing well today. Finally.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm so glad to hear it, too.
Are you still contagious, Ross?
I don't believe so.
Oh, that's good to know.
Well,
You're
not,
almost sure.
not with
Yeah.
the cold anymore, at least.
Yeah. And I'm not having a flare up right now.
That's it. That's good. I like the word undetectable.
That's right.
Yeah. It's undetectable, so I'm good.
So that cream I gave you worked.
It worked. Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. I had to use the whole thing, though.
well-
Yeah, I started getting to the point where I was like, I have to re-up on this thing.
Damn it.
But it worked.
Burning still there.
Appreciate you.
Oh, well.
Jimmy D's here, too. That's Jim DePola. He runs a top producing Keller Williams team, the Florida Home Pros team, Keller Williams Innovations. Jimmy D, how you be? There's Jim DePola.
Hey, I'm doing good. Happy South Florida, everybody. Got to ask Jimmy and Johnny a question.
Ooh.
Turkey leg or no turkey leg?
Oh,
No turkey leg.
Turkey leg or no turkey leg?
No turkey leg, but I had 2 Scotch eggs.
Scotch
oh,
eggs,
yeah,
that's cool.
nice.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So,
I had
kilt
one.
or no kilt, Johnny?
I was kiltless.
Kiltless. What were you saying, Mike?
I had a Scotch egg in England,
Oh,
and
did
it was
you?
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wrong country, though.
Uh,
You're a little off.
That's the origin, isn't it?
I thought it was Scotland.
Oh, I thought it was English.
I'm teasing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
I figure I'm close enough. Right?
Yeah.
Like they do a good Scotch egg in London.
Is it much different than pickled eggs you get at the convenience store?
Much.
About the same. About the same.
I saw a place that was serving up the Scotch eggs at the Renaissance Fair, and I was like, all right, when we come back, I'm getting a Scotch egg.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Jimmy had two.
I had one regular Scotch egg, and then I have a dragon egg, which it just means that
It's spicy.
It's like a spicy one.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Did they sell? I know this is a silly question, but maybe it isn't. Mead? Do they
Yeah.
actually sell mead
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
They make
Yeah.
I
mead.
was drinking mead. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Like what ingredients are in? Because the mead could be many different things.
Of course, yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
inquire on what their batch of mead was. Mead's typically it's a fermented fruit. I mean, it's like the earliest like wine, essentially,
Mhm.
kind of. You're fermenting and making alcohol. It was very sweet. I didn't ask him what was in it though,
Yeah.
but it was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the
Do you
thing
have
is
it?
they give you a
No.
little cup, a little baby.
Oh,
cup,
just a
you know?
little thing, just
Yeah.
like a big
Yeah,
mug
I
of
wanted
it.
the big old chalice.
No.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't want to get slammed.
What's the ABV on?
It's like a beer.
Okay,
Yeah,
Is it?
5-6%.
yeah, something
Ish.
like that. Yeah, ish.
Okay, cool.
Good.
But
Good.
yes, mead for sure.
They had meat at that axe throwing place in Jupiter.
Yes.
So traditional. So you were doing a Renaissance Fair?
No.
Okay, so I used to go all the time in California. Our Renaissance Fair was amazing. The one here in Florida, same but different, right? I mean, the Renaissance Fair anywhere is going to be a Renaissance Fair, but these were like the origins of like the first time I ever saw axe throwing. I was like 10 years old. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Jousting, like real,
Right.
you know, that medieval type stuff. And I remember, I don't know, 10 years ago, maybe ish, like this resurgence of axe throwing. They're like, oh, this place is axe throwing. It was almost like it was new. It was like, that's not, Renaissance Fair has been doing that forever. But I can see the tie-in, and serving meat at an axe throwing place just feels natural to me.
I thought I remember, what was it, like 8 years ago, something, it was really popular. Like all of a sudden they were opening up all over the place. So I'm like, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen for sure. But I thought it kind of faded away. So there's still one open up in Jupiter.
Well, I think they have like golf there, like golf simulators too. Now, I mean, last time I went was like 6 years ago.
Yeah, because it was a fad.
We had a little.
Well, that's the
we
thing.
had a
You
little
go
Christmas party there
a couple times, and then most people, you don't. It's not like you're going every week. Although they have leagues, people who really get into it.
Sure.
I have a Nerf axe throwing and Ninja Star. It's actually awesome.
That's
really
awesome.
fun. It's fun.
That's in the office or at home?
It's at home.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say you have that at the office. Your guys might be distracted for a little while.
No, there's no fun at the office.
No fun.
Zero. No.
Not allowed.
Right when they walk in, they give me their phone, and then I chain them to the desk. And then 6
Wait,
p.m.
with
comes around.
You put a padlock on it, or you just is the
I've
chain
got the
symbolic?
keys.
Oh,
No,
you
I
got
have
it.
the
They're
keys,
actually
yeah.
locked in.
And no
Nice.
smiling. Are you
Nice.
done smiling? That's it.
So I wanted to talk about, I promised good news, so we're going to go with the good news. I had two insurance stories I wanted to talk about. One was about how everybody's upset about how Citizens Insurance can force you into arbitration. But we're not going to talk about that this week because the pendulum has swung too far to the one side, I think. But one of the good news things that just happened was, hold on here. I'm sorry.
Florida Talk Real Estate.
Can you believe
Florida Talk Real
no,
Estate.
it is not here. Where did it go? Hold on.
Where did what go?
Looking for a
The
specific
good,
article. Oh,
the
I
good
bet you
news
this
is what he's
it.
trying to find.
Oh.
All these
hard-
pop-up
it's hard to
ads
find.
screw everything up.
The good news.
Okay, hold on. Where are they?
877-927-696.
It's like the universe is saying there's no good news.
You
Jim.
Listen, we
Just
had
give
some
up.
we had
Just
some
give
good
it up.
news in interest rates this week. If you weren't comfortable in the fives, you're okay. We're good now.
Back to the sixes.
We're moving further and further away from that that like uncomfortable zone of being in the high fives with your interest rate.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
Now
good news.
finally you're back six back in front.
Solid
Ah,
six.
A
there.
nice even number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even number. Some people like just uncomfortable with that odd low single digit odd low number.
Right. They feel better when it's just like,
Yeah, so.
that's more even.
To my people. I don't know if they have a name like that group of whatever, but
You know who you are.
yeah, that's good news for them.
So Ross, do you know what? do you know what Florida Insurance Guarantee Association is?
I do.
Okay. Could you explain it? I'm throwing you totally on the bus here because I didn't ask you in advance to say, do you know the definition of this group? But
What is it again?
So the Florida State Guarantee Association.
Oh, it's that state organization that guarantee.
association.
That guarantees.
yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
that one.
So that's how it's almost like a little sales tax on every single policy. And it basically goes into a big pool of money so that if an insurance company goes out of business and they have outstanding claims that need to be paid, that pool of money then goes to pay those claims.
So it's almost like reinsurance for reinsurance in a way.
It's
But
kind
yeah,
of like
but no, but right. So
Isn't
that
that what
way,
reinsurance
it's
is
to
for?
protect. Yeah, but that's protecting
reinsurance-
insurance companies. This is protecting homeowners.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Am I
So
right about that?
reinsurance is for the insurance company that when when they've got to pay out a large number of claims, they don't have that money sitting in the bank. So they have got a deductible, and then that's when their reinsurance kicks in and gives them money to pay the claims. But that company is now out of business, so there's no company to pay claims. So that's where the State Guarantee Association.
Perfectly
So
explained.
a bunch of years ago, when we were losing all these insurers out of the state, I think we lost 10 in a very short period of time. They put a 1% emergency surcharge on everybody's insurance policy. I think even cars and stuff too.
Yeah, it can go to auto. You talk about the Florida assessment, the citizens assessments.
Mhm.
It's not the same thing, but it does apply to all insurance, property.
So
insurance
everybody
policies.
was paying 1% extra. They were planning on doing this all the way through 2028. They said they don't need the money anymore, and they canceled the 1% emergency surcharge. So the emergency surcharge is gone supposedly over the next 2 years. Since they're not charging anymore, it's going to save insurance owners, if you will, or people that have
Policy
insurance
holders.
thank you, policy owners, $650 million over 2 years. That comes out to about $31 a person that has an insurance policy. But hey, it's
It's
better going
1%
your
of
way
your
than the
premium.
other way.
If you had a $5,000 a year premium, that's
$50.
It's a 0.5%.
yeah,
But it's whatever.
$50.
Hey, it's better coming your way. I always say
Yeah.
it's better coming your way than going out the other way.
I mean,
So,
we've heard Jimothy over and over again. He's $50 is $50.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
2020,
Yeah.
baby.
20's 20. That's right.
So and that brings me to more good news. I was looking on Facebook yesterday and I saw Ross's goal to try to save his customers. I think how much money did you want to save this year?
We want to do 500,000.
500. I didn't want to say the wrong number, right? 500,000. He's almost 10% there now. I noticed you're at almost 50,000.
Yeah, we're over 50,000 now.
Oh, yeah.
But at the time when, I was looking at the actual numbers, it was
49 and
49
change,
and
but
change,
he's hit the 50. So
Did
he's
we come up with that idea in this room?
Well, what did
Kind
you
of.
call it? What do you call it? What do you call that savings thing? You had a name
Called it
for it.
I mean, it was a thermometer.
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
just
Savings
little
thermometer or
things,
something. Yeah. So,
Remember talking about that, Johnny?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
So-
the only way for Ross to hit his goal is for you to save money on your policy.
exactly.
That's the only. We need you to help Ross and his team hit their goals.
Yeah, and we'll save you money too.
You want to save money? Then you can help him hit his goal. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com.
I think that would be pretty awesome if we saved 500,000 this
It's
year.
going to be awesome. And it is an if. I
Amazing.
really think you're going to do it. Why wouldn't people call up and get quotes right now? And I'm really surprised at some of these quotes now. I've looked at a couple of, mid $500,000 homes where insurance policy seems like a couple years ago were 6,000 to 8,000, and I'm seeing 3,000 to 5,000 now.
Yeah, no, premiums are getting much better right now.
Yeah.
I think I saw like probably our average premium in February was probably $3,200.
Right.
which
And we
isn't
were
bad.
in the sixes, though, when we talked about it a long time ago. You were seeing a lot of policies in the sixes at that point.
Yeah.
So 40% savings off of off the peaks.
We saved about $1,000 with our new policy that we shopped with Ross, and you ask why people wouldn't do it. I think there's one reason and one reason only. They just think I don't have time for that. And it's like, you spend like 3 hours a day on Facebook. Don't tell me you don't have time, because you have plenty of time. It's how you choose to spend your time. Take 10 minutes of your day, 5 minutes of your day, and get the ball rolling on this. It is pretty easy to find out. And if it is a situation where you're going to save money, it's pretty easy to do that too. You're like, yeah, do that. And then you sign a couple things. You're like, all right, thanks, Ross.
That's right.
I actually think it's less than 5 minutes, because all
Truly.
somebody has to do, how long does it take to hit Jim or info at FloridaTalkRealEstate.com and type in your address and say, give me a quote? As long as that takes, and then hit the send button, which I think is seconds.
It shouldn't take too long. It shouldn't.
Same day, usually same day. It depends. If you do it at midnight, it'll be next day. Same day, you get the quotes. I've been looking at all these quotes so much right now because all the buyers we're working with, and it says he always gives you a premier quote, a discount quote, and a flood insurance quote, even if you're not in a flood insurance zone. Really good information, and it's free. And if you don't get if you don't get something that's worth saving, at least you know that you checked it out and found out.
Oh yeah, and if you want to be proactive in your approach, if you can upload the front and back page of your declaration page, right?
Oh,
Ross?
if you've got the deck page, that makes things a whole lot easier.
Sure,
Saves
but
everybody time too.
Upload it, or you just take a screenshot of both sides and then upload that PDF and send it to you too.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can
that'll
take
work.
you can take a picture of it and
Yep.
screenshot whatever you want. You can text it to us.
Yeah. So if you can include that, you're taking another little step
real easy step, because then Ross can compare apples to apples and make sure your coverage is at least consistent, or possibly better coverage for less money, because that's going to be the next step. He's going to say, here's your, I mean, I hate to speak for you, but here's your quotes. And of course, let us see what you're looking at here so we can make sure you're in the right place. I mean, that's my
Yeah, we want to, I mean, our goal isn't just to save people money by reducing their coverage.
Right.
You know,
everybody can do that.
Yeah. Like the savings thing, our savings goal is based on giving you the same or better coverage.
Right.
While
And
still
saving
saving
for
money.
less
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. And car insurance get cheaper too. So check out your car insurance with Ross also. Really important. This is like good stuff. For so long, we're talking about and seeing in the headlines, Florida's #1 for, high insurance costs and everything, and how it's unaffordable. We're getting back down to normal, 3,000 to 4,000, Mike. That's very 2019-y, right? When
Yeah, I
you
mean,
were doing stuff?
so when I'm pre-approving people, I'm estimating where our insurance going to land, and some of that is what's the type of home that they're looking at, single family versus say a townhome villa versus condo, something like that. But yeah, I kind of have to keep a little bit of a pulse on what's a realistic expectation there, because if I go too high, it's discouraging. If I go too low, then it's not possible. So I got to find that middle zone. And so yeah, I've I don't know, Ross, should I go back down to the?
I mean, it all depends.
I'm still between, I would say between like 3,600 and like
48.
Well,
between
maybe
36 and
48, 5,000, something like that, just depending on the type of single family home you're looking at.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at a couple of the recent quotes we did, and we're at the 2,800 level.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So this
No,
is
there's-
really good news, people. Everybody's like, oh, everything's so unaffordable when it comes to buying a house. One of the biggest problems was escrow payments, right? I mean, there are several issues, and we're going to get into it in a little bit.
We were just talking about good news, though.
Yeah, but what I'm
Like-
saying is the problem is that the escrow payments were too high. Now your escrow payments going down, right?
Sure.
A lot of people escrow payments are going down.
Well, let's talk about. So for years we talked about kind of like the hidden way, the backdoor way to get monthly savings is not to refinance. You're not worried about rates. It's about your insurance and kind of keeping an eye on that. And so we always said, just call to Ross and you could just get that answer quickly. It's pretty painless. He can give you an idea. Maybe you need to provide a little more information if you want super accurate quotes, but you can at least get an idea of what's out there. And I know, Ross, you said some people, you're not like trying to get them into low coverage or whatever, but if things are really, really, really tight, you still have an opportunity there to say, hey, listen, maybe I do have to cut certain coverage areas just because it's tight. Like I got to do something. And that's another way to save it. You might be cutting corners on, if you had a claim, might not get the ideal scenario, but it's there, right? And
Yeah, no, savings are there. Rates are down. All the carriers are trying to be more competitive. We're seeing guidelines loosen and also tighten a little bit, but all the carriers want to grow. They're profitable right now, so they want to continue to write more policies, so they're more profitable and make more money. So
more competition.
yeah, so more competition, rates come down.
Is the 1% or the fee, the emergency fee, is that because they've hit a certain level and they just need to maintain that, or are they saying the risk assessment for having to be used?
Probably a
is
combination
gone
of
down,
both.
or a combo of that?
Combo of both.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a very good environment as far as underwriting goes.
I wonder if it could be one of those things where like, oh, we haven't used it in a while, we're fine, it's unnecessary, and then all of a sudden, boom, get hit.
Yeah, I guess if the pendulum swings too hard, then we may get that reapplied. But yeah, no, it's a great sign for the industry and the situation for us, the consumer, because competition's king, and it sounds like there's plenty of it right now. So find out if you can save some cash. It is easy to do. Again, FloridaTalkRealEstate.com.
And one of the trends that we saw because of these high insurance premiums was that a lot of people decided that they weren't going to get an insurance policy at all. I have a relative who has a relatively expensive home, and his insurance policy would be over 15 to 20. It's somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 a year. When he bought the house 8 years ago, it was like $6,000 a year. So his attitude is, It was a newer construction home with impact windows, and it was built, the most modern standards. And he has the money, and he's like, if a hurricane comes and rips off the roof, basically 2 years of not paying insurance will cover that roof.
And I mean, if you think about it, let's call it a $800,000 dwelling coverage. I don't know what it is, but I mean, I'm sure it's pretty high. And now your deductible is, if your deductible is 2%, now your deductible is $16,000. So you paid $15,000 for the year. Then if you had a hurricane damage, now you're on the hook for another $16,000. So before you get any money, you've paid $30,000.
And let's say your roof is 40, let's say it's even 50, right? You're paying 2/3 up front of the roof anyway, in a way, right?
Yeah.
So Florida right now, according to LendingTree, is number 6 in the country for most homeowners who don't have insurance on their house, no coverage at all.
Huh.
And
See,
they're
that's crazy
saying
to me,
that
though,
about
because you can get a policy that excludes wind for like $1,000.
yeah, and have everything else.
Everything but that.
Yes. But it's about 20% of the state say that 20% of the homes are uninsured right now. And this
So those are homes that are owned outright. Because if you
I
own
would
a
assume
bank,
so.
it's going to be forced on you, right?
Yeah.
So these are people that own their home outright and are deciding I'm going to self-insure,
Yeah. And
or maybe they're not deciding, they're forced into it possibly.
some of them probably are forced. Some of them, usually the people I see that are not insuring, most of them are pretty well off, and they feel like they have the bankroll behind them if they need to tap into it. I'm not seeing that many people not insuring their house because they feel like they can't afford it, but the loan is paid off. I'm sure there's people out there like that.
Sure, yeah, it's probably smaller number.
But how many of these people are still living in the day from a couple of years ago where these premiums are really high? And if they would just pick up the phone and ask for a quote from Ross, they might be pleasantly surprised now.
It might be where
compared
they're
to a
like,
few
oh, you
years
know what?
ago.
I am going to insure now. That's
Yeah,
that's
or at
more
least check
affordable.
it out and find
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
At least let's find out what we got going.
Sure.
So give us a call. We'd love all you got to do is send us an email. Go to floridatalkrealestate.com, put in your address, say, let Ross give me a quote.
It's working too. We got there's 2 comments. People who are going to be reaching out to Ross to save money
good.
on insurance.
Yeah, let's do that. And I love when
As
people
a challenge.
I love, that's even good. And I love when people save money. We had somebody listening for a show just recently. They're saving $350 a month on insurance saving by just rechecking their insurance.
That's huge.
$350 a month.
I
A
already
month.
started
Not a year,
figuring out
a
what I
month.
could buy with
Yeah,
that.
a month. So not everybody's going to get that. If your roof's 30 years old, you're gonna, you're not necessarily going to do that. But it's better to check to find out. Really important stuff.
And painless too. And you're helping Ross and his team try to achieve their goal. Come on. What's more motivating than that? Look at that win-win-win-win
Is there something at the end if you achieve the goal?
party.
Yeah, sure. We'll throw a big party. I like it, Johnny. We'll throw a
Okay.
big party.
Well,
all of your whole book of business is invited.
Anybody who wants to come.
Can I wear my
Wow.
kilt?
Yes.
Well-
you have to.
well, you guys are actually joking around about that, but I've been being told behind the scenes that really we should hold some kind of event for the listeners. And anybody listening, if you would come to a live event with us, just to, come out, have a beverage, maybe a little something to eat, and then have any of your real estate questions asked, or just come out and say hi and say hello because you like the show.
We're gonna have
If
a
you're
keg?
interested in that, if you want a cake, Mike, we can
Yes.
have
No,
a cake.
Keg.
Oh, a
Keg.
keg. I thought he
Yes.
said a cake.
Yeah,
I was like, why does he want a cake?
$5 for us?
Yeah.
We'll look up, right?
Yeah. So-
$10 for us.
Johnny's gonna make mead.
But
So
we're-
low
we're-
cup.
We are thinking about doing a live event for the group. We are going to be doing a live event, it sounds like, for a couple of unions. We'll get into that
cool.
later. And the whole group's going to be invited to that, which I really like us to be involved in.
So with this party, we gonna like rent like a space at Lake Dreher Park or something, and just like
Or maybe we even
Bounce
do a
house.
vendor like,
yes,
yeah, we could do it outside, or we could do it actually at one of a venue. And we might do it where we might do 2, like one in North County of Palm Beach County, so the people from PSL and Martin County can come see us, and maybe one a little farther south and do 2 of them. I don't know.
And Ross is funding both of these parties.
But yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. He's going to do
Wow.
it with all the savings.
Thanks,
that
Ross.
everybody's got. He's going to do it from all the savings. But if
Wow.
you guys are interested in doing a get together, let us know because we're thinking about maybe putting them together after we do the union thing.
I got a big backyard, and
That's right.
what's the
what do you
got,
call
cornhole?
it? The
Or
what
shit, yeah,
toss?
cornhole.
The something
What are you,
toss.
what are you
that's
tossing
right.
over there?
Cornhole.
Yeah, I got
yeah.
cornhole boards.
Can you put
We could
it?
have cornhole out. We can have a little cornhole tournament.
Will you put posts in so we can pitch
So-
horseshoes?
Absolutely.
Let me get this right. We're going to be playing cornhole at Long Jim's house.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
And he's
Ross,
getting
you
drunk.
don't know this, and Jimmy, you don't know this,
And we
but
have quaits, too.
last week we found out your nickname at your other job,
Oh, what's my nickname? at my
Long
home?
Jim.
Long. Really?
Do you know that?
No, I did not know that.
So
Uh-oh.
Chris told me that when he's in meetings and they're going over lists of employees' names and your name comes up, everybody bursts out laughing because they call you Long Jim now because they think it's an awesome porn name. So your nickname is Long. You didn't know this?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Chris told me to say it on the air. I thought you knew.
Oh, wow.
So
He does
Johnny's
that.
nickname
He's
at
like,
work
now it
is
all makes
called
sense.
is Long
Right?
Jim.
Long Jim.
Right?
Yeah.
We got Hot Ross and Long Jim.
Long
That's
Jim.
what we got.
The good thing about throwing a big public party like this is their stalkers can actually come without problems, right? They're invited too. Like Ross has a couple stalkers out there, right? Hot
Just
Ross.
a couple.
They'll be able to come join us, right?
Yeah.
Out in the open.
We've got a good security team at Brightwood Insurance. in Virginia Beach.
Should we do the kissing kissing
The kissing booth. That'll
Yeah,
be fun.
yeah.
We'll have
that'd
the
be
kissing booth with Ross there, except it will have to be done hacking up a lung by then, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
But
You want to have mass confusion at this party invite? Be
Oh,
like,
no.
come and meet Hot Ross and Long Jim.
Oh, yeah.
What are we
exactly,
doing? What kind
right?
of party is this?
Yeah.
I like this kind of
couple
party.
couple weeks ago, Ross, when you weren't feeling well, somebody had called through Fred. Fred, thank you so much from Carlson Pools. Fred had gone out to deal with somebody's pool on Singer Island. They just bought the property and they're going to renovate it. They're worried about that 50% FEMA rule and they wanted some insurance questions. So I told them to reach out to you and I joked that you were Hot Ross. And then because she doesn't know anything about the show or anything. She was brand new to the area. So anyway, I'm telling her all this information, send it over and saying, talk to Hot Ross. And then on the conversation, like 2 other times when we were off the conversation, so is Ross really hot?
Wow.
Do I get to see Hot Ross?
Matchmaking.
And I was like, wow.
This is like
Like,
Ross's worst
I
nightmare. He's like,
know,
wait, it's the
exactly.
first time she knows nothing about us, and that's how you're introducing me?
Well, and Ross
Jeez.
hates it when I do this. I promised a million times that I'd stop, but I can't. So anyway,
It's the
funny.
microphone.
Sorry,
It brings
Ross.
out the worst in us.
It is.
That day, Ross, when you made up your own nickname, big mistake. Big
Yeah,
mistake.
you should have
never
made up
done
that
that, dude.
nickname,
It's like
Ross.
how-
It's all your fault.
I was sweating.
Yeah,
You know, it was-
right.
you know,
So let's go ahead and take a break. And
Okay.
on the flip side, we're going to talk about more good news. We're going to talk about like all the people getting free money and how much free money is out there to help buyers to get homes so that they could afford on the mortgage payment, but maybe need that little boost to get the extra money. We're going to talk about that on the flip side.
That's a beautiful thing. OPM, other people's money. That's the best money to be spending, especially when you're looking to buy a home. If you're stuck with a home and don't know what to do with it or any of those scenarios that touch the world of real estate, remember, you have professional guidance for you. One click away, FloridaTalkRealEstate.com, the one-stop real estate shop. We call it for a reason. You get a team of pros. These are experts in their field. They're all a click away. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com on Facebook, on YouTube. Share and like, please, because you can absolutely change lives, including your very own. And when you hit that share button, you don't know who's going to see that. It's somebody in your circle, but you don't know what they're needing right now. They might be choking on a scenario and they're just not sharing it with you. You could help them out dramatically. Put them on Pros, Florida. TalkRealEstate.com. We're back in 4 minutes. Thanks for being with us every Saturday right here on Real Radio.
Download the app and then take us anywhere. Except maybe there. Get it from your app store. Search for iHeartRadio. Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Mostly sunny today with temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s into the early afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms will develop through the late afternoon and early evening. Then partly cloudy overnight. Temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s by Sunday morning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will return on Sunday afternoon.
This report is sponsored by MapQuest.
Before smartphones, there was MapQuest. Before GPS, there was MapQuest. Before Google Maps, there was MapQuest. And guess what? MapQuest is back. Now on your phone. No printer required. Download the MapQuest app on the App Store or visit MapQuest.com.
Hey, it's your boy Johnny C here, host of Florida Talk Real Estate. They're tops when it comes to helping people buy and sell houses. But Florida Talk Real Estate is so much more than that. For 5 years, I've watched these guys help thousands of our listeners with any real estate need. They couldn't do it without their sponsors, who are experts in their fields. Check it out. Jim DePola, powered by Keller Williams Realty. Their team specializes in helping people sell their house for top dollar, and buyers get great deals on the purchase of their home. That's what they did for me and my family, and I couldn't be happier that I hired them for my real estate transaction. Mike Rao from the mortgage firm is one of our favorite guests on the show, and he is the mortgage guy. Whether you're looking for a refi or a mortgage to purchase a new home, Mike Rao will get you the answers you need. The mortgage firm is licensed to do loans in Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia, and they have local offices that cover all of South Florida. So if you're thinking about a refi or a new mortgage, go to the mortgage guy, Mike Rao, and find out what he can do for you. The Mortgage Firm, Inc., NMLS 189233, Florida license MLD 78, equal housing lender. The law office of Paul A. Krasker has been specializing in real estate law for nearly 25 years and has the professional team you need. Upside down with your house, Paul's team can help you conduct short sales, loan modifications, even if you're behind on payments. They also help you with foreclosure defense and bankruptcy. They can even help you get a student loan modification and repair your credit to get the score you need. Paul's full-service team has helped thousands of our listeners, and they can help you too. Trident Title LLC is the largest privately owned title company in Florida. When you need a title company to complete a refi, home purchase, or sale, Trident Title has got you covered. Not only do they offer competitive pricing, Trident Title has attorneys on staff to make sure if you have bumps in the road declaring title that you can get the job done. Beware, not all title companies in Florida have attorneys on staff. Trident Title does and complies with all the new federal regulations released last year. Ross Camaronets, owner of Brightway Insurance, has been helping our listeners get great rates on homeowners insurance plans. Haven't checked your homeowners insurance policy in a while? This is a great way to help reduce your monthly mortgage payment. Ross can also help with renters and auto insurance. Ross is only a phone call away and can usually get the answers you need same day.
Call Ross today at 561-425-6228 or drop by his office at 873 Donald Ross Road in Juno Beach.
So now you know why I'm happy to be part of the Florida Talk Real Estate Show, the longest running real estate show in Florida. And all these sponsors are just a phone call or a click away. Just call 888-973-7828. That's 888-973-7828. Or go to floridatalkrealestate.com. That's floridatalkrealestate.com. And don't forget to use the most accurate search engine to find your new home or ask for a free home valuation because floridatalkrealestate.com has you covered. That's floridatalkrealestate.com.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. This is Florida Talk Real Estate with Jim DePola and Johnny C. Got a question for the show? Call us live at 1-877-927-6969.
Yeah, there it is, 877-927-6969. That's toll free. We know it works. Chris called us earlier. He's got that open house starting in about 50 minutes from now. We'll give you those details again. Johnny C, that's me. Jimothy's our producer extraordinaire. What's up, my dude?
Hello, and good morning, gentlemen.
If they dial in, you will talk to Jimothy. He'll get you right on the air there. We love to take the phone calls, questions, comments, concerns in the world of real estate. If you'd like to be involved in the conversation at hand, look at it. They work. He's got 2 of them going. Yeah. Plenty of phone lines for you.
Oh, the lines are open.
We're good. They're open.
So he's cleared the lines.
He cleared them.
It's ready for a whole batch of new calls.
Exactly.
Got it.
So when I'm over there running things, I hit the busy all button. So now
I always thought when I used to listen, they'd be like caller number 8 or whatever. I always thought it was like really sophisticated system for managing call number 8. But something tells me it's just like the order that Jimothy takes the call.
So if you're trying to be legit and you say caller 8, you let all the lines fill up, you hang up on them, and then you let 1, 2, you count, you know.
You pick the 8.
Yeah, if we did stuff like that, Jimothy was always on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Johnny C, again, that's me. Mike Rao, he's the mortgage guy from the mortgage firm, and he's learning right now that radio's legit, man.
Yeah.
Except for all that BS where they were like, we caught them. They had no idea they were on the radio. It's like, that's not how this works.
Do you have
to know they're
need
on
your
the radio.
permission to go on the radio?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You gotta tell them, like, hey, you're going to be on air. Now, a long time ago was not the case.
You didn't have to.
Right. But the time I've been in radio,
Yeah,
the last
it's
26 years has been the case. If you
That's
heard
it.
them on the air, they knew they were on the air.
Yeah.
Or it was pre-recorded and then they got permission to do it.
Put it
which
on
is
after.
how
Same.
a lot of bits work.
Yeah. So you get that kind of genuine reaction, and then you're like, hey, can we air that? And they're
Right.
like, all right, go ahead.
Are you okay if we use this?
Right.
Like, what?
But
I
at
just
that-
embarrass myself?
At that point, we're now telling you that's not live.
Oh.
And that's even, for me, that's even worse.
Oh,
like you're
geez.
recording bits.
Going down the
Ugh.
rabbit hole here.
Yeah.
Sorry
but
about that.
Teach their own.
Yeah.
I remember I spent my radio career making live radio. So, of course, I poo-poo on pre-recorded bits.
Yeah, that's the purist.
Right.
Mhm.
Purist.
Yeah, you're a radio purist.
I am a purist.
Are you still, when you're, hosting, do you still spin vinyl records?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's a disc jockey.
Yeah.
I learned how to do that.
Vinyl records are amazing, by the way. I love it. I don't even have to play them. I just love them. Just hold them. Just like, these are amazing.
So the whole best part about it was the jackets, right? Like the album covers.
Totally.
Like, that
Yeah.
was like a whole art thing. Remember back in the day?
Absolutely.
It was a
Yeah.
huge part of it.
All the
Yeah.
hidden messages in there and
Yep.
things like you don't see right away, and somebody does see it and points it out, and holy cow!
Or just the album cover and decisions on that, and then what's going inside and who you're thanking, but also the artwork
And you're reading the liner notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the lyrics.
Totally different beast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
I remember at one point we had two people that listen to the show, Red. Oh, by the way, do you know Red from Red's Records?
I think I know Red from
He's
Red's.
he's
It rings
big
a bell.
fan of yours.
Yes, I
yeah,
can't
he's
put a face.
he's
but-
friends with Neon,
Oh,
Leon,
okay,
and
then
all that.
Definitely.
So he is like a total vinyl record crazy vinyl record guy. Apparently, he opened up a old vinyl record shop in downtown West Palm, and they just interviewed him a couple months ago. So go out and check Red's Records, REDD Records, Red's Records.
I'm going to do that for sure.
But anyway, he and another listener from the show who ended up helped selling a home for Mark. He was a big time, old time radio DJ kind of thing here locally. And I went to his house and he had all the audio equipment from back in the 70s and the 80s, a little bit of the 90s. He had a whole room filled with it and tons of vinyl records. Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, like a lot of 70s rock, like Styx and, all kinds of things, right? And he had the Peaches crates. The Peaches, do you even know what those are, Johnny?
Sure, yeah.
He had the Peaches crates, and I was so.
What's the Peaches crate?
They're the wooden
Peaches
crates.
was a record store,
Oh.
and it was called Peaches,
Huge.
and it had this logo on it that was a bunch of peaches or whatever, and they would be these wooden metal crates that you use for fruit, basically,
Wooden and metal.
and it would be put into. What do you mean wooden and metal? They
You
were
said
wooden
wooden
crates.
metal crates.
I know them as wooden crates. Yeah.
Yeah, wooden crates. I'm sorry, I
Okay.
don't know if I said metal. And they were the size where you could fit, an album cover in. And
I get it. So it's
yeah.
a crate, but it probably was
So,
a peach
yep.
carrying
And
device. At some
And actually,
point.
your kids were really into. They were starting
Yeah.
to get into vinyl. So
Yeah, Isabel still is into vinyl. She's got a record player and record.
does she still have all that
Oh
stuff
yeah,
there?
and her collection is increasing.
Oh, is it
Yeah, yeah.
increasing?
Her-
Because
her
I know
littles-
she gave a lot of it
littles too.
away back in the day.
I got a 12-year-old who has a record player and a growing
Wow.
vinyl collection. Not
Wow.
huge,
Now
but
the
growing.
question is your record player digital?
Yes.
Yeah, which it's a record player, but it goes over the Bluetooth speaker,
It
right?
sure
Like it's like
does.
okay, something's
Weird.
Yeah,
something's
you're
weird
missing
there.
out on
Yeah,
something
yeah.
about
Something
that. They
not
don't
quite
get.
right.
They don't get it.
Right.
Right?
In
They
my
don't get it.
plaza, they've got this kind of a hospice resale center. It's like a Goodwill type of thing.
Mhm.
And for a couple months, somebody had donated an old like Magnavox or Philips, or I can't remember what brand it was, but it was a cabinet.
Yeah.
And then when you slid it open, there was the record player, and then on the
sweet.
other side you could hold your records. It was pretty awesome.
That's sweet.
I wanted to get it for the office, but Chris would have yelled at me.
Where you gonna put it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was it gonna fit?
Yeah,
Right.
she yells at me all the time.
Of course, that's Ross Kamara. That's with Brightwood Insurance, Juno Beach, where he's getting yelled at all the time.
Yes, when I want to bring extra stuff into the office.
And of course, Jimmy D, Jim DePola, Florida Home Pros team, Keller Williams. And
I got somebody else at the office, me too. So I feel you're the boss, but not the boss. So hey, just want to do the open house. You mentioned it, Johnny, really quick. We got Chris Peterson for KW Innovations going to be at 21 Largo Way in Boynton Beach, Florida today, from 11 to 2 p.m. Really nice 4-bedroom, 3-bath townhome, 2,000 square feet under air. It's so nice to have a townhome that feels like almost the size of a lot of houses.
Spacious.
1-car garage.
Yeah, wow.
Not a gated community, but has a community pool, low HOA, full impact coverage on the whole house, and ready to go. It's turnkey, ready to move in. It's nice and clean and ready to go. You don't have to do anything to move in. Do you want to do a little updating in the future? Yeah. Maybe you'd want to do some stuff. Maybe change the flooring downstairs a little bit.
And maybe you do it before you move in, but you don't have
Maybe
to.
you do before move in. And the open floor plan is really nice too. It has a really large kitchen. If you like cooking and that's your thing, this thing has so many cabinets and so much countertop space. You can make like 5 different types of things at one time and not worry that you don't have enough space over
So it's
there.
4 bedrooms,
3 baths,
it's got a garage,
3 full
and
baths,
it's got a nice kitchen.
big kitchen, really
sounds
big
pretty
kitchen
good.
that's open to the living room, dining room.
Winning, and it's listed for under 450.
445, right? So please take a look at that.
Why
And-
didn't you do 444? I'm just curious.
Hmm.
Or
I feel
446.
like that could have done it.
444 9.
Yeah, I don't like the 9s anymore. I don't do the 9s. Those portals like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, they killed the 9s. The whole 999 thing, just forget about it. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Because of how they do the searches, it just doesn't make sense. Nobody says, if they say, I want to buy a house up to 500, they're not putting in 49999, right? They put in 500.
Right.
So just put in 500. And usually if you're at the 500, a lot of people might search for up to 600. And now you're at the lower part of that 600 search. But if you put in the 4999 and they have a thing saying, I want to buy something from 5 to 600, you're only at the 500 top search usually. So that's the theory behind it.
Nice.
So
Makes sense.
yeah. Let's talk about Mike, as a listing agent and a buyer's agent, working with people all the time now, I can't believe how much money is available out there. And I thought that we should talk about all the money out of there. The first example let's use is the house in West Palm Beach. I have a couple flying in right now from Atlanta that put a house under contract, the Northie Wood property.
Nice.
And they're flying in right now. Their flight was delayed. So instead of getting there at 11:30 today, they're going to be there at 1:30. Safe travels. But these are not first-time home buyers. They're executives in their field, so they have good income. But they qualify for a $15,000 to help pay for down payment closing costs.
That's right.
On the home they're buying.
That's right.
No first-time home buyer qualification.
Are they
Right.
doing the loan through you? Is that why?
They are.
Oh,
So this
Smart
home,
Start,
this
baby.
is actually a kind of a synergistic moment there. So the Jim got the listing, and the home is in an eligible qualifying census
Is
tract.
eligible.
It's in it
No, when
qualifies.
you say ineligible, it
Is-
sounds like it's
is-
not eligible.
It's in and eligible.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So geez, yeah, it qualifies. It qualifies. So Jim was able to utilize that within the listing and say, hey, you know what? There's something unique about this home. It actually qualifies for this particular program with this particular lender. Now the caveat is you got to call this particular lender, right? Because it's a exclusive program.
The
It's-
mortgage
it's-
firm,
It's
Mike.
the mortgage firm. It's Mike Rao with the mortgage firm. The mortgage guy. What is it?
The mortgage guy
yeah.
from the mortgage firm.
And so we have this exclusive kind of community lending initiative. It's $15,000. It's no strings attached. It's no It's not about you as the buyer or you as the seller. It's about the home and where it's located. And so it qualified. And so Jim happened to somehow these buyers got information, talked to you. They wanted to look at the home. You let them know, and they're like, yeah, we don't have a lender already. We're not married to anybody. So we'll talk to Mike. And so had a great conversation with them, went through it, and yeah, looks like it's going to work out. So they basically got $15,000 of found money, and it's free money. It's free money.
And they're working with somebody that is wonderful hands.
And they're in good hands.
Yeah, they don't even know that part yet.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the real win.
That part yet.
Oh, what'd you say? Handsome?
Wonderful hands. But I say that's the real
yeah.
win. Well, yeah, I mean, if they ever get a chance to meet you, they'll be like, "Wow, I had no idea, Mike."
Right. Wait till they meet our insurance guy.
And when do they have to pay that money back, Mike?
So it's never repayable. Yeah.
What? Never free
when
money.
Jim says it's free money,
I call free money.
This has been one of the challenges too of getting this message out, because it's like, what's the catch? There literally is no strings attached. It's basically $15,000 for a buyer on a qualifying home.
If they're in the right, the qualified home is based on where the location is, but the locations are crazy. Usually when I use location specific loans,
some certain things come to mind. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but usually it's
underserved communities.
Yeah, and underserved a lot of times unfortunately means high crime, right? Where you're worried about, like, walking down the street, go jogging, and you hear gunfire or whatever. I'm kind of over exaggerating, but not, or exaggerating.
A lot of
but
people
not.
form that view in their head when they think of certain areas.
And you hear community lending, like all of these things kind of have that type of connotation, and you would just be surprised at the amount of areas.
This is North Ewood, right? Good neighborhood. Westlake, parts of Westlake qualify for this.
Parts of Wellington, parts of Royal Palm.
Wellington,
my
Royal
neighborhood
Palm
qualifies for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would guess La Mancha probably does. I'm just guessing.
Mhm.
You can find out for sure if you know the right people.
Yeah, all you got to do
Real
is call.
estate.
Hey, I want 15 grand. Give us a call.
So this is a community lending initiative that your company has started.
That's right.
And you've explained it to us in the last few weeks. It started really small, and now it's Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade County.
It was yeah, this is one
Certain
thing.
areas.
We had actually a regular listener call me to talk about something. I think it was in St. Lucie, but it was one of the northern counties, and unfortunately we can't. If we could, that would be amazing, right?
Yeah.
And
like
maybe at some point,
Martin.
maybe you never know.
It might expand, probably not. So it's Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade counties. So kind of like the Miami metro area, I guess you call that.
Metropolitan
Yeah.
statistical area.
Yeah, something like that. And what else was I going to say about it?
And you'd be surprised at what neighborhoods.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Well,
Especially
the
if you're
other
in
thing
Broward
is
and
that,
Dade,
but
it's even more.
But the
Sure.
money's going to run out. They have
Yeah.
a certain amount of money that they're going to use, just like the Hometown Heroes program. Unlike the Hometown Heroes, when it's gone, it's gone.
Right.
So take advantage of it now. The money's there. So that's $15,000 free money. Now,
Yeah, let's talk. So Jim has kind of prefaced this like, hey, what about there's a lot of money out there for home buyers, right? Like, and one of the biggest challenges when you're buying a home is coming up with the amount of cash that's required. I mean, it's not chump change. It's thousands and thousands of dollars usually required. Even on the low down payment, military vets doing a VA loan with a 0% down, you still have thousands in closing costs and prepaid items. So you have to be able to come up with that. And so one of the questions is always like, okay, here's how much money we're anticipating you're going to need. Where's it all coming from? And traditional sources are your own savings, family. Maybe people are borrowing against 401ks.
Sometimes we've seen employers help once in a
Their
blue moon.
employers sometimes have programs for their employees. The seller, getting money from the seller credit. So it's like, where is this money going to come from? And down payment assistance programs, which we'll talk about here in a second. But Smart Start is just one of those things, a tool that, unfortunately it's not across the board for all lenders, but if you know the right lender, you're in.
Yep.
Right. And you're buying in the right area, you're in.
And and depending on the qualifications of the buyer, you can even stack this, which you can't do with other down payment assistance programs. So the mortgage firm money isn't recognized by, let's say, the Hometown Heroes or the Florida
housing.
Bond or the housing program where you get money. So you can stack this and get double the money. We have another house we have another townhome in Green Acres that qualifies for this program right now. Beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, really nicely upgraded. Walk to elementary school, walk to the middle school. So if you're a person that has kids and you need, it's very easy for commuting, and
it
it qualifies for Mike's program. But we almost had a VA buyer buy the property, and they were going to use Hometown Heroes money on top of the stacking.
Yeah.
And could have got.
Well, but it presents some problem. It's too much money, John. What do you do with too much money?
That's a wonderful problem to stumble
Yeah, it's a
into.
tough one.
yeah.
Well, when you say too much, just so that regular
set me up.
people understand, when you say, I understand it, but when you say too much money, if you're getting 15 for the mortgage firm, and let's say that you normally on a Hometown Heroes program, you're going to get another 15.
Yeah.
And now you have 30,000.
Yeah.
What do you mean too much money?
So, most loan types have a down payment requirement, and that down payment requirement has to come from borrower funds. So the Smart Start money can't be used towards a down payment requirement. It can only be used to cover closing costs and prepaids. Normally, you would say, okay, well, if my let's say you got 15,000, your closing costs and prepaids come up to 9,000, right? You got $6,000 of kind of extra money. How do I use that? Well, you can't use it towards your down payment. So what do you have to do? You have to increase your costs somehow. What's a very natural way to increase closing costs? You pay points to buy down your interest rate. So you got like $6,000 that you can use to buy down rate. It's kind of like, it'd be nice to put it in your pocket, but you can't put it in your pocket. So you have to use it somehow within the transaction.
But you still kind of are putting it in your pocket because you're going to pay less interest. Right? So in a weird way,
it's working back. Yeah.
It's
by
coming
saving
back
money
to you.
every month.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's
And it
coming
didn't
back.
cost you. So that same type of break even analysis you would do. Well, the break even's 0 days, right? Like you didn't spend any money, but you're saving money. So you're in the red or in the black on that immediately. So it's now if we're stacking Hometown Heroes and down payment assistance, you basically got $15,000 of Hometown Heroes. Now that one you can use. So those grants, those down payment assistance programs can be used towards a down payment requirement, which is great. Like if I'm doing Hometown Heroes on a conventional loan, Hometown Heroes is 5% of the loan amount. That's exactly enough to put a 5% down payment requirement. And then you got Smart Start to cover everything else, right? But when you're a VA borrower, ideally, one of the benefits is 0% down.
That's right.
So what do you do with
With
the extra
all
money?
the
What do you
extra
have to
money.
do? Like,
So, but
you got too much to
Well,
use.
can't I get it at closing? Can't I just get a
You
check
can't.
at closing?
Yeah, you can't. They
So
don't allow that.
Hometown Heroes, you can only use towards down payment.
You can use towards down payment, closing costs, all of that.
Okay, so if you qualified for both, right? So you're going to use and you go VA, you could buy that interest rate down to like.
So yes, you would say, why can't you do that? Well, with the DPA programs, you can't buy down the rate. Now
So
we're
there's
getting
really-
to-
So the
As a-
Hometown Heroes is not considered DPA?
it is.
So, but you just
You
said,
can't buy down the rate.
Cannot buy down the
okay,
rate.
but down the rate.
Yeah, so
but-
Johnny was thinking the right way. It was like, okay, well, I got extra money.
Well, but then you use your DPA to pay for all your costs, and then you use every bit of that 15,000 from the mortgage firm to buy down your rate.
You can't buy down the rate.
Why can't?
So when
I'm
you
sorry.
do down payment assistance, whether it's
if
Hometown
you use
Heroes,
it at all, you can't buy.
yeah,
down the
the
rate.
rates are basically set.
I
with the
took it
program.
like you
Set
couldn't
it.
use those funds to buy down the rate.
No, you can't buy down the rate at all.
So there'd be no advantage for somebody getting 0% down through a benefit they earned in VA
right.
to use the Hometown.
So what you
Heroes.
end up doing, if we were doing
No
that,
advantage.
basically you use you put a down payment, right?
Yeah.
So instead of doing 100% financing, you do something like 95% financing, even though it's still a VA loan.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you, right? So it's
Yeah.
free money,
Yes.
and you're just you're putting it towards the principal in a weird way by putting it down first.
The only reason you wouldn't, and a lot of people consider this, is like, I would really love to have that cash or to not have to bring that cash to the table, right? So you end up with retaining money in your pocket. So I'm kind of like forcing you to use it in a way that may not be ideal. It's beneficial,
Very
right? You're borrowing less, your payments less.
Yep.
But it may
they
not
might
be the
say,
ideal
I don't have the money for the
scenario.
kitchen. I wanted to put
Right,
15 into the
right,
kitchen
right.
right now, and then you're going to have to wait.
So it's kind of like, Johnny, I got 30,000 for you to do with whatever you want, but I really half of it you're going to have to use in a very specific way.
Now,
And it's for your own good.
well,
But
let
you
me
might be thinking like, oh, wait.
Well,
I'd
let me
really love to.
be even crazier.
Oh.
Okay, I want to go crazier because we're talking about free money, right? So let's talk about or the down payment system programs are not free.
Other people's
You
money,
do
though.
you do have to pay it back. We forgot to mention that.
Those are I kind of explained those, like the down payment
Before,
assistance is
yeah.
like, here, Jim, I'm going to give you a bag of money. You remember in the Godfather 2, where he leans over the window and is like, hey, hold this bag for me. Right. Like, and he gives him a bag full of guns. He
Mhm.
finds out later. He's like, hold on to it and give it back. It's like that. Jim, I'm going to give you a bag. I'm going to give you $10,000. Just hang on to it for me. Right. Like, don't spend it. I'm coming for
And
it.
one day
at
when the
some
day
point.
comes.
Yeah. One day I'll come.
Yeah.
And you.
No,
you need to be
and the
prepared.
day
So,
comes when you sell or refinance or you turn it into a non-homesteaded property. Those are different.
non-owner occupied.
Non-owner
yeah.
occupied.
But meaning like
Now-
you're going to buy a new
but-
house, but you keep
But
this
now
one.
I want to be even greedier.
Oh.
So you've got the mortgage firm money, and then let's say you have the Hometown Heroes of the Florida Bond Program money. Can I actually go to the seller still and say, hey, Johnny, love to buy your house, but I'd like to buy for $500 and at closing give me $10,000 back to help pay my stuff. Could
Yeah.
you do the triple?
There you can, and so there's going to be some nuance there, Jim. So there's limits, like what are called interested party contributions or IPC limits. So you're gonna run into some areas there, but I would say as a matter of like, let's worry about that after you get it. So if you're a real estate agent or buyer and you're negotiating, I would say just like get what you can. Like there's no reason not to ask for something from the seller for whatever reason. And if you get it, then we'll figure out some way of utilizing all of this money if it's there.
Now, there's another thing I learned this week that I didn't know, thanks to Mike, is that when you use the down payment assistance, we have a customer that could use it or not use it. So have the app set up as if they are using the down payment assistance. But we learned today when we were crunching all their numbers for their mortgage payment that if they chose not to use the down payment assistance program and got the money, let's say from the sellers, the same amount of money, that they would pay about 0.5% less on the interest rate for the life of the loan.
Say that again one more time.
Yeah,
for the cheap sheets.
Did I say that wrong? Okay,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
that's
Thank you. I'm
amazing.
glad you said it.
What this is a huge example of why you have to go to people that are great at what they do and understand all the intricacies of what's available to you. Because what you just said, we figured out, right? So you guys, the professionals that these people have come to figured out that, go ahead, please.
Yeah, and like this is a real life example. Jim and I are spitballing this week, talking about scenarios for somebody. And so it goes back to the question you were asking earlier, Johnny, which is like, okay, when you do down payment assistance, you can't buy down the rate. So even if there's extra money on the table, be nice, like, okay, let me just whatever. I'll increase my cost by buying down the interest rate, pay points, get a lower interest rate. You can't do that with the DPA programs. So this is a scenario where DPA would be nice for this particular buyer, but if they can, you can't buy down the rate with the program. And if he didn't use DPA in his scenario, his regular interest rate would be lower than it is with the DPA program. That's one of the challenges, like, because those rates are fixed, they're set. And if you need the cash, it's easy. Like, okay, you got to do it. But if you don't need the cash and you're going to get a lower interest rate without the down payment assistance program, or if there's additional funds that you want to direct towards buying down the rate, you might lean towards not using DPA in that case.
Because the conversation is being had, though.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the cash, it's a 0.5% difference. Like, and that's a math game that you're gonna lay out.
And this is what I learned from this customer, just to show you how powerful understanding these numbers better. Just by not doing the DPA and doing the loan at the cheaper rate, it's going to cheaper interest rate. It's going to save them about $150 to $175 a month just by not using the DPA. And that's why Mike's always said this for a long time. If you don't need the DPA, do you really want it? Because you're paying an extra $175 to, let's just say in that example, for the life of the loan, which is way going to dwarf the amount of money you got from the DPA. In this case, it was like $12,000.
Yeah.
So
one of the things I've always looked at with DPA is like, is there a cost for using it kind of that's a little bit hidden? And it's come down to like, what's the interest rate? So if I'm a qualified borrower with my credit, my down payment, whatever, what's my interest rate going to be? And then what is it compared to what the DPA program's rate is? And sometimes they're really close, competitive, and sometimes they're not. And so like, for example, the Hometown Heroes programs basically has the lowest rates in town. right? So those ones were always like, yeah, of course, no brainer. If you had a qualifying profession, whatever, you qualify for the program, go ahead. There's no penalty on the rate.
Because the rate, you're not going to beat the rate.
You're not going to beat the rate. It's really, really nice. And some of the DPA programs, for example, Jim, like the one that's Lee County, which is really great right now because they got $17,500 of DPA for Palm Beach County. This is a reciprocal arrangement that
From Lee.
HFA of Lee County has money for Palm Beach buyers,
Love
right?
it.
Now they do charge a fee in there, so you don't quite get all of it, and their rate is nice. Like their rate's competitive, and their rate would be lower than like the 10,000, like the standard Florida Housing $10,000 bond program. So whatever, it's one of those things where I'm into it, I'm analyzing it. Like you got to have to like trust that I'm analyzing it from way like your best interest, which is obviously how we operate.
Yep.
But if I wasn't aware of that, I would just stick you into one scenario. And Jim and I were just spitballing, like, okay, here, what's the range of possibilities on this particular home for this buyer? And it's like, okay, your payment's going to be anywhere from this zone to this zone, depending on how we arrange this thing. And the good news is, you kind of have the flexibility to like pick your play, right?
Yeah,
like pick what it is.
Do you want to spend less money at the closing but pay a little higher mortgage payment, or do you want to have the lower mortgage payment?
Yeah.
And we'll try to find to get the money a different way than the DPA and stuff. It was very complex, but that's how you really, when you really know your numbers, this is the kind of stuff you're analyzing with your loan officer. And it's really important when you're the buyer. You don't know any of this most of the time. Understand all this.
Yeah.
No.
You need to
Some
have
do,
people that are looking out for your best interest on
you
that.
need that in-depth knowledge, that desire for the best outcome for you. And when that comes together, you're like, oh, that's why I went to FloridaTalkRealEstate.com, because the team is so like-minded like that, which is why, we've been saying it for 14 plus years.
And
now.
if you're
And I
working
also
with,
understand, not to interrupt, but I understand now why you can't buy down interest rate with down payment assistance. There's a set rate for every DPA program.
yeah, they're different.
Oh, I just learned this. So.
Not only different, let's say like within the 10K, let's just say the standard, Jim calls it Florida Bond. There's technically two programs. There's Florida Bond and there's Florida TBA, which sounds like to be announced, but it means the bond alternative. So there's two within that $10,000 kind of program. And then within that, you have government loans versus Freddie and Fannie. So the rate for VA FHA is different than the rate for Fannie, which is different than the rate for Freddie Mac. And some of it depends on whether you're at or below 80% of the area median income. And if you're above that, so there's a lot of like little differences, but yes, and then HFA Lee County is a different rate than the Florida 10K. The Hometown Heroes is a different rate than, HFA of Orange County. Right. So yeah. There's a lot of that going on.
It's a lot of nuance.
If that sounds confusing to you,
the good thing is
if you don't mind me saying, the good news is you have the professionals here that know this stuff.
Who are kind of like,
you don't have to know it. They will know it and tell you.
And one of the differences and Jim's a really kind of like inquisitive guy and he wants to know this stuff. I'm in the same boat. And so I'm not being fed this stuff. I'm actually going out and like exploring it and making sure that I have all of these plays in my playbook and really understanding them so that I can explain it and really, make good decisions, help people make good decisions. I'm not the only professional that does that. And so if you're not working with us, that's fine. You might have good people, but if you're not having this level of conversation with your professionals, then you might be saying, well, wait a second, am I working with the people who know kind of, who have the ability to get me into the best scenario?
Yeah. So what I've said for years, like, hey, your friends, your cousins, the people that you love that are in certain fields, we go to them because you feel like, hey, they're awesome, I love them. And the reality is people that we love aren't always great at what they do. And that's not a knock. In a weird way it is, but it's not. I got people that I love that I'll give the shirt off my back to, right? But I'm not going to them for my professional needs.
Yeah.
They're just not good enough at what they do. It's I love them more than anything. But the reality is if you have the ability to go to somebody that has a level of expertise and you're choosing not to, well, the results you get are on you. The worst part is when you come to this team to fix things that you've stumbled into. And boy, has that happened over the years. Hey, this didn't work out for me. Can you make it better? Get ahead of it. Try to get the best outcome, whatever you're trying to do. just shopping your property insurance, buying a home, selling a home, you're stuck with a home, you don't know what to do. You need legal advice. I mean, the team is a team of pros. You're a click away. At least vet them. I think you should be doing that in every scenario anyway, though. Like, check a couple people out. Like, show me the back of your baseball card. What's your stats? What do you do monthly? Like, I don't know. They're just simple. I know they may seem awkward, but your business is what everybody wants. And sadly, sometimes the reality is your brother-in-law doesn't get your business. And if he's butthurt about it, he'll get over it.
And they're big boy decisions. I had 2 customers earlier this year that asked me to come out in a
big person.
You can't say that
big
anymore.
person. Yeah.
Discriminatory.
I met with 2 people this year, wanted to sell their house, thought it was looking pretty good. Both of them didn't choose me. One of them is still on the market over 100 days, still on the market, just sitting there. Photos suck. Okay, I'm being real, right? And the other guy, he was like, oh, this house will sell 7 days, and it's been on the market over 40. It's still sitting there. 40 isn't that bad, to be honest with you. I'm not ragging because, 70 days on market is kind of like not too bad in today's market. But one of them went with the person that seemed to be more, quote, luxury. I'm putting that in quotes. And the other person, I have no idea why they picked that person, because that person has no production and they're just sitting there. And it's because they don't have the right team to do stuff. One of those houses, I think, is in one of the programs that Mike's is offering.
Nice.
And
You gotta give me. I'll reach out to that. I'll give him that little boost.
Yeah,
that
maybe.
they're
Maybe
needing.
we'll do that.
And that program is the Smart Start program. And one of our listeners that has interacted with us on YouTube and has asked a question: is there a minimum or maximum financed amount for the Smart Start?
Good question.
Program.
Yeah, good question. Actually, maybe there's a second question. Sometimes you'll think like this is up to $15,000. So the answer is no. There's no like minimum loan amount or maximum loan amount, and it's a flat 15 regardless. So you could be doing, for example, you could be buying a $75,000 condo, and I got $15K for you.
Wow.
You could be buying $850,000. That might seem like, well, $850. Isn't this community lending? Guess what? There's a listing $845 or something in an area that qualifies, right? Wow. So this, like, number one, no preconceived notions about what qualifies and what doesn't. So the one way to figure out, just call me, send me an address, send Jim an address, something like that. But yeah, so there's no minimum or maximum loan amount, and it is a flat $15,000. The only challenge we run into is like if it's too much money, and if it's too much money, we just got to figure out how to.
Too much money. I love hearing that. Don't you love that? That's a great thing.
That's
too much money. Oh, we got too much money. Got
Especially
a big problem
if we're stacking them. There's also, Jim, we talked about like I don't know if the SHIP programs, kind of like the county initiative, state housing initiative programs that are distributed at a county level. There's some buzz about this $50,000 match program, which Palm Beach County is doing. It's rolling out very quickly. It's kind of like it's very limited funding. I think it's
60 families.
$2 million.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that.
Yeah, it's like 60 families.
Yeah, $2 million, kind
Maybe
of a first come, first serve, and they're going to match.
Is this for roofs and windows?
No, this is for down payment assistance.
So so if you bring 50 to the table, they'll match it and bring another 50.
So you got $100,000 down payment. If you got 10, I think it's a minimum of 10. You have to bring in 10, but then you have 20 towards your down payment. So it's a nice program. The funds are going to go very quickly. You basically need to be in line on the day that they open it up, have your app ready, like all of this stuff.
It's a job. It's like a mini job to do that, to do it well, and to get even a chance to win.
Yeah, and it's one of those where you just know that it's going to go so quickly that you can't. It's hard to count on that. It's like you're a buyer, and I'm talking to people, and I want them to know their zone, right? I don't want to have a caveat that says like, hey, listen, you're qualified. You can qualify in this price range, but only if we get the $25,000 match from whatever. That you can't count on. It's hard to shop in that world. But I'm happy to talk to people about getting set up. Yeah.
Nice to try, nice to have, but don't count on getting if that's your plan. Troy, thank you, Troy. I'm going to reach out to you when we hang up. Troy is a person that's been listening to the show, and he just called our 888 number, the hotline, and just left a message that said, he's interested in finding out about trying to buy a home with the type of financing we're talking about and everything.
Yeah.
So that'll be great. Well, I'll call you right after we get off the show.
Yeah, 888-973-7828. That is that hotline that Troy called. And you'll find that perched at floridatalkrealestate.com, and it's there for the people that like to pick up the phone, and it'll be answered by a live body 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Of course, you can fill out the contact page. We're on Facebook and YouTube. There's always a way to get in touch with the team. floridatalkrealestate.com.
I did a lot of search on AI, and I asked this question, but I think we're going to talk about it next week. Okay. But I'm going to just,
I wanted,
Go
I
ahead.
think
You
if you
want-
wanted to
I'm
push
sorry.
that off, if we're going to the whole cash, like availability conversation is a good lead into like the timing for somebody, like whether or not you should be kind of in the house hunting zone now or like waiting for something to happen. Right. So I think that's, maybe we could spend a few minutes talking
Sure.
about that subject, which is there will come a time here, like Smart Start is amazing. It's been very useful. It's there, but those funds are going to run out. Like Hometown Heroes, they got a little additional boost of funding, but that money could run out here at some point. And so there will be a time where it's like, yes, Smart Start was great, but it's not there anymore. Like, so this free money that we're talking about that's really making a difference, it is going away.
Yes.
It is going away. And so the question for some people is like, well, I don't want to force you to like, hey, you got to do it now because that's the only way you're going to get this help. But if you're kind of like leaning, you're on the fence, Johnny, and you're like, maybe now's the time I want to get in there.
It's a good push.
Yeah, you can't. I don't know. We talk about it a lot. You should not be waiting around for something and not be prepared to move when it happens, when that something presents itself.
Yeah.
So you got to like get started. You got to
They call
talk to
that-
me. We
they
got
call
to
that keeping
analyze.
your powder dry, right? When you're ready, it's got to be ready. You got to be ready when
Well-
whatever you're waiting for hits, and hopefully, whatever you're waiting for is a attainable, real thing. And you should know that it shouldn't just be random. Well, I want 5.5%. Well, why? Is that based on your budget?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't just create a scenario. There should be a real world, real thing you're waiting for.
I think invariably it comes down to like, can I get the house that I want to live in at a payment that's comfortable?
That's perfect.
Yeah. And so getting a payment that's comfortable can be, maybe it's about using free money to get the rate down. Like you said, 5.5. 5.5 is easily attainable right now in today's market
Mhm.
with some money towards points. Even 5% could be achievable if you kind of like direct all of it one direction.
Yep.
So if that's it, like you know the neighborhood, you've got the house, you know you're in the price point, but the rates are what's causing your thing. Or maybe it was like insurance. You've thought insurance is just way too high. Well, maybe there's some good news on insurance that like makes that payment affordable for you, right? And so
That's the number that matters the most.
yeah, and so you have to number one, you have to know what you're looking for. So if you got a vague idea, you can like you can kind of get more detail on that. You can talk to Jim and really get a sense of where you want to live, what are the features you're looking for, and then what's out there on the market. Johnny, you've been slowly watching, kind of doing the couch house hunting
for,
but you're getting fed homes that kind of
Yes.
meet your criteria, and you're able to run numbers and stuff like that. And you just you know.
We're looking for a very specific thing, but we know what we're looking for. yes.
And when something pops up, Johnny's conversation is going to be, hey, Mike, this is like, and very quickly within a matter of minutes or maybe that same day, we'll be like, yeah, everything's good.
Yep.
We're exactly where we need to be.
And we're ready to
We've
go.
already done it. You don't have to worry about, oh, I need to do something with my credit, or hey, I need to have some sort of savings goal that I haven't achieved yet, or things like that. So it's just, what did I say, Jim, when we were talking earlier? Like
it was kind of like
if
you
you want
used
to
a
get into
sports
game,
analogy.
yeah, if you want to get in the game, you kind of need to be on the sidelines dressed up, right? Like you got your uniform on. You can't be in the locker room. You can't be
running around looking for a helmet. Nope.
You can't be a fan on the bleachers, right? And you can't be sitting at home watching TV,
right?
If you want to get in the game,
that's it,
right? You got to be suited up, waiting for that call, right?
And
Is that a good analogy?
It's a
Like,
great
right?
analogy.
And here's the thing: it isn't going to be like this forever. It's not going to be like this forever, as Mike is saying. Cycles change. Right now, we're in a cycle where the insurance is dropping, and people really aren't realizing that it's cheaper, significantly cheaper to get insurance now than before, which really affects your mortgage payment. The interest rates have been kind of flat. I know that we hit the 5 at one
We had a
for one
spike.
day, right? For 15 minutes, we hit a 5.
We've had movement in the last couple of weeks of hundreds, right?
Right.
Hundreds.
But the thing is, sellers right now are way more likely to give you money to get their house sold than if we get into a stronger market. And like New Times, Miami New Times, they just came out with a thing saying the South Florida cities, there's a bunch of South Florida cities right now that are ranked among the best home buying markets in the country. And listen to the list of cities that they say.
Wait, who made this list? Is it a Florida company?
It is.
Or is it Florida Realtors Association?
No.
And the best
No,
places
let me
to buy.
see.
So
No,
is
this
based
is
on-
nationwide, guys. So this is like, but there's a whole bunch of Florida cities.
based on inventory.
Yeah, and that's basically it. So the amount of buyers in the market compared to the amount of
Ah.
homes for sale. That's what they're using. So the cities where it's the highest disparity between sellers and buyers, meaning that there's more sellers than buyers. Austin is number 1. Fort Lauderdale's number 2. Nashville, I'm a little surprised about that one. Miami, San Antonio, West Palm Beach, Houston, Las Vegas. I thought that would be a lot higher. Dallas and Tampa.
It's all Florida, Texas, and Vegas.
Wow.
Yes.
The whole thing.
Now, guess what?
Huh.
I'm surprised there's no Arizona in here
Oh, we had Nashville.
because but I'm a little surprised that we didn't have any Arizona here because all of those all those areas, Austin, Nashville, all the Florida cities, Texas, right? All those cities were the big boom cities during the COVID.
Oh, I can't believe Lauderdale's on the list. Austin has lost its luster over the years. It became this like hip, trendy place to
Yeah,
go, and it's
yeah.
a comedy world. And over the last couple of years, they moved there and they're like, I'm out of here. This is
That's
it's not
true.
at all what I thought it was gonna
So,
be.
Really?
But we
Yeah.
are, it's cooled down a lot.
A lot.
What-
You see that a lot more sellers than buyers.
Yeah. So we're seeing, like all of these areas are areas where the sellers, if they need to sell, they're more likely, not more than likely, but more likely that if you say, hey, I'd love to buy your house, but I need $10,000 to help carry me through this, they might negotiate with you on that to give you the $10,000 back if you need it. And that isn't going to be like if the interest rates get down to where a lot of people are waiting for, we get into the mid 5s or low 5s. It's like now I'm buying the house. You're going to lose out on that extra money. So take advantage of the time now. One thing that's great about Mike and I and Ross and the rest of the team, we're not going to force you into go buy the house now. What we're trying to do is get you prepared. And then when the house is right, we go. We met with a couple this week. They were thinking about becoming investors, really nice couple, but they're really not prepared to be an investor yet. I wouldn't try to put them into a house if they're not ready, right? And after talking to me twice, I met with them 2 times over a week or so. They actually sent a message. I didn't get to tell Mike saying, and thank you for the courtesy on this for doing that. But they said, we don't think we're ready yet. There's a lot more involved in this than we thought. They thought they would just go out and buy an investment property. Hell, we'll go buy this house and we'll make money. And it isn't like that. And when we sat down to go over everything, they were like, wow.
That's a lot more than I thought. Yeah.
Well, it's a business.
Yeah.
You're buying something that you want to turn into a business. You're buying a business in a way. I know it's just a house and it's only a rental and people go, what's the big deal? It's a big deal. You got contracts to sign. You have obligations for carry costs. You got to screen tenants to make sure you're picking the right tenant to go in there. You got to make sure they're paid, that the deferred maintenance is taken care of, depreciation, taxes.
And you weren't talking
all
them out of
involved
it.
in
You're
that.
just giving them the actual information they need in order to analyze the situation.
No,
right?
and of course I wasn't talking. And in fact, how we left off is I kind of agree that you shouldn't do this right now. I think that's a good idea. But if you are interested, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. Just become more educated. So I gave them a YouTube channel that's really good for investors.
Florida Talk Real Estate.
Right? Yeah. No, it's a different group, but they've been around for a long, long time. And they give you all the mathematical formulas for different types of investing and all the different type of investing and the pros and cons of it. And I said, just go in there and devour that channel. And by the time if you do that, when you come back the next time you're ready to do something, it'll be a completely different conversation. You're going to be saying, what's the return? What's the cash on this one, right? And what's the rate of return on the, return net operating income? And they're going to ask all these kind of questions they don't even know now.
Oh, I'm sure they think very highly of you.
We had a couple, I got to be honest with you, we had a couple really tough conversations because it was a little frustrating to them because my first question was, are you looking to make monthly income a stream of income, or are you looking for the longer play where you're buying it? You're not so concerned about the monthly stream of income. You're more worried about appreciation because that's 2 different purchases. They also realized they don't want to do short-term rentals, right? Short-term rentals sounded like they don't like that idea.
Airbnb type stuff.
Yeah, they didn't want to do like Airbnb stuff. But they also told me they didn't want to deal with tenants at all.
Huh.
Right? I don't want to get the call at 2:00 in the morning that the toilet stopped up or something.
Which is
And I'm
fine.
like,
That's why you have a property manager.
Yeah, property.
And
But
then
it costs
they-
money.
Right.
It's
And
cost.
then they budgeted way low for that.
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, look, you can do this. You definitely can do this. You're capable of doing it, but you need to be educated before you run out and buy something. Don't be all excited, go and buy something, then have buyer's remorse where you're not making the money you thought you were going to make.
Right.
So just take advantage of all this stuff. Johnny, do you mind if we talk about the open house? Because it's almost done. Mind if we do the open house one more time?
Yeah, it's just starting in just minutes from now.
Yeah,
11 until
yeah.
2 today with
11
Chris.
Yeah, 11 o'clock. A couple minutes away. We have the grand opening for the open house. Chris Peterson's going to be there from KW Innovations. Go out and say hello to Chris. The house is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath townhome with a 1-car garage. That's very unusual. Get a 4-bedroom townhome, 1-car garage. One of the bedrooms is downstairs. Gigantic open kitchen. So much cabinets and counter space. You can't believe it.
It says 2,000 under air.
2,000 square feet under air. I think it's like 1998, right? 2,000 square feet under air. And it's turnkey ready. You don't have to do anything into it. It was just professionally cleaned. It's ready to go.
Nice.
So go out and meet with Chris. It's $445,000. Talk to Chris. He'll tell you about down payment assistance programs that would be available for that if you need something like that. And this would be a great starter home for somebody who's just getting into the market, can't afford the single family home. This house does feel like kind of like a single family home because of the layout, the space, the garage.
Is it
So
not
check
meant
it out.
for a single family?
What do you mean? No,
Like
I'm talking about a
multifamily?
single detached.
Oh.
So this is a
I
townhome, but
gotcha.
it feels
I
like a
gotcha.
single family detached home. It's 21 Largo Way in Boynton Beach. 21 Largo Way, Boynton Beach.
Does this one qualify for Smart Start?
It does not. This
Okay.
one does not.
I know
but
you
there
guys
are-
know. I mean,
but there are plenty other down payment assistance out there,
yeah.
money galore. So if you're interested, got to go out and check it out. Say hello to Chris. And even if you're just interested in doing something else, stop by and have a chat with Chris, and he'll give you the advice that you need.
Beautiful. Excellent. And always remember, FloridaTalkRealEstate.com is on Facebook. We're on YouTube as well. Consume away, share, and like. Lots to consume and educate yourself with. And maybe even have a little laugh and an eye roll from time to time, potentially. I'm responsible.
A groan.
I'm responsible for a few of those. Yes.
Long Jim.
For sure. Thank you for being with us always. Remember, FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Know it, use it, love it, share it. You can change lives, including your very own, with the pros of FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Like Mike Rao, the mortgage guy from the mortgage firm. Have a great weekend.
Yep. Thank you, everybody.
Ross, so glad you're feeling a lot better, my friend. It's Ross Camarinets with Brightwing Insurance, Juno Beach. Have an excellent weekend.
You know I will.
I sure hope so. And let's help Ross hit their goal, by the way. See if you can save some money on your property insurance. FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Jimmy D, Jim DePola, easy for me to say. How about Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic, huh?
Oh, yeah.
come
Oh,
on.
yeah. Wow.
Are they
Good
lighting
Lord.
it up?
They are lighting it up.
Wow.
Have an awesome weekend, my friend.
Thank you. You too. Happy South Florida, everybody.
Jimothy, you're the best. Thanks for everything.
Thanks, Johnny. Guys, have a great weekend.
We're going to squeeze out a sports show, me and Greek as we. Thanks for being with us on a Saturday. Hopefully you do stick around. And hopefully you're back next Saturday. 2 hours of infotainment, Florida Talk Real Estate style, right here on Real Radio.